seems lost. A few brave souls can save everything we've ever known.
The operation is over.
We're not giving up on Prime, okay?
I want to stay, and I want to fight them.
For my world to live, yours must die.
Oh man, I like Transformers more than Wonder Woman. You guys are gonna be so pissed. Transformers The Last Knight was a good movie. Triggered! I'm telling you, man, it's the odd numbers. 1, 3, 5. 2, 4 suck, 1, 3, 5 good. So the movie starts out with King Arthur and the Britain Knights of the Round Table, like, in a last stand-ditch attempt at fighting off the Gallics, or the Celtics, or, you know, the barbarians of the West, East. I don't know my medieval history as well as I thought I did. Charlemagne! And I gotta say, it's pretty cool. It's medieval stuff, they're slamming into each other, there's knights and armies, they set up this big set, most of it is in camera. There's these giant, like, fireball catapults, and then when those hit, people go flying in slow-mo, and then there's, like, white fireworks, because it's Michael Bay. But it's not that bad. It's still mostly medieval stabbing and killing, and it's pretty cool. It's quick, but it's cool. It's a good way to start the movie. And that's how they meet the knights, the guys who protect the staff. So yes, there is another all-powerful Transformers object that must be acquired. Okay, so the movie rehashes some old stuff, for sure. The Allspark, the Cube, the Matrix of Power, Leadership, the third movie, it was the Pillar. But what I really liked about The Last Knight is the exploration of ancient Transformers history, of all that old school stuff and showing how, like, they were here on Earth before. And again, even that's been done before, but not with medieval stuff, so that was cool. So it was just really cool seeing King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, like, pal with the Transformers, and they're all putting their swords up together with music. It's good. Music, too. One of the best parts of this movie is the music. The music is very, very good. There are quite a few new themes. It's not just a ba 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 ba. In particular, the song from the trailer I just played at the start of the video, that is in the movie as well, but it's like a lengthier version. There are a lot of really, really cool moments in this movie where music swells and something happens and then it stops and freezes for a little bit. It is cool, alright? My critic nature and my cynicism have hardened me over the years, but I'm still a sucker for just cool stuff like that. The movie has issues for sure, though, so there's a lot of really awkward, not funny humor that were just dead silence pauses in the theater, and the theater wasn't very crowded to begin with, but, like, I was the only one who laughed at least once in the entire building, me and my people I came with. So Cade Yeager's got this, like, black sidekick intern guy that he hired, and he sucks. He's horrible. He's worthless, useless, T.J. Miller replacement, constantly shouting shit. Cade Yeager as Mark Wahlberg, I do think is a good lead, and I think he's a strong improvement over Shia LaBeouf, and I think the little girl they added was actually kind of cool too. Anthony Hopkins is awkward and weird at times. So, like, you'd think for being an old British man, when he's being an old British man, it's cool. And then he's being, like, weird and calling everyone bitch, and it doesn't work. So Anthony Hopkins is kind of off. Vivian, the hot girl, is the hot girl, and she's the hot girl. She's a professor and a doctor, but she's still the hot girl. Does she do anything else in the movie? She's like the key to everything, of course, but whatever, that's not important. No, I can say the movie's long for sure. The movie felt like about 3 hours long. I don't know how long it actually was, but it felt about 3 hours long. I would not say it was slow, but it is definitely long. But there is a significant improvement over Age of Extinction in the amount of action and the pace of the movie. There are a lot of action pieces along the way. There are parts at the beginning where Mark Wahlberg's in his shop and they're like running around like in an abandoned city that feel very reminiscent of the beginning of Age of Extinction, but it very drastically shifts to a different movie about 2/3 of the way through. By far the most obnoxious thing in this entire movie is there's a car chase in London, and it's horrible. Okay, so there's like 3 pillars of bad filmmaking that happen here. So Michael Bay, first and foremost, I am thrilled that you love IMAX 3D as much as I do. Or maybe not quite as much as I do, because you don't film the whole movie in it. Alright, Sully filmed an entire movie in IMAX in under $60 million. With a big budget like this, I do not buy that IMAX is too expensive anymore. That's bullshit, and I don't hear that argument. The open frame 1:9:1 aspect ratio is the best, period, the end, objective fact, okay? So why do you keep switching back and forth? It's not even scene by scene. It's in conversations. You'll have an IMAX camera pointed at Mark Wahlberg and a regular shitty-ass camera pointed at the black guy, and when it's switching between them, it does that. It's horrible. It's like Michael Bay only had 2 IMAX cameras, so, you know, it's actually filmed in IMAX 3D. It's not converted. So it's 2 IMAX Alexa 65 cameras, like, together on a rig. And I guess he only had 2 because there's lots of just random 1-second shots that go beep, beep, and then right back to full frame. And it's horrible. It's obnoxious. It's like he was talking to the IMAX people. Hey, IMAX, I'm Michael Bay. I have a 6-foot-long penis, and I want to show everybody how long my penis is by using and filming your new IMAX cameras. We're going to make it bigger, better, explosion. It's going to be awesome, alright? So I'm going to need 4 IMAX cameras to show the action from every angle. No, you get 2! What do you mean I get 2? I need 4. I can't show the action from every angle with just 2 cameras. You get 2! No 4! No more! You blow up cameras? Christopher Nolan, blow up cameras? How many cameras do you think we have? We are not made of cameras! You get 2! Ugh. People are gonna think I only have like a 3-foot-long penis. Damn it. Half the cameras means half the penis length. So there's like this car chase in London when Anthony Hopkins and his Transformer buddy are driving around, and not only is the camera too close to the car, not only does the footage cut obnoxiously quick, not only does the footage shake a lot and like move quickly, but it also changes aspect ratios. It's some of the most obnoxious, horrible filmmaking I've ever seen, which is just so out of nowhere left field because the entire end of the movie is like filmed completely in IMAX. When the movie is using the IMAX frame and showing all that cool like giant planet shit going down in the trailer, that stuff is cool. It is really cool. I would say the final act, I guess you call it, the ending of the movie, the third act, is downright amazing. It's like a D-Day invasion in the sky, and it is sick. And the music playing the whole time. Like I said, I would be lying if I didn't shiver a little at how awesome some of the stuff at the end of the movie is. Unfortunately, Optimus Prime, the guy on the poster, is in about 4% of this movie. So he goes home to Cybertron, gets mind controlled by some crazy space lady goddess, and she's like, I created your world, I am your maker. I'm like, pretty sure he said the Allspark was their maker in the first movie. That's how the race was born, but whatever. If you were banking on most people not remembering that you did that, you're probably okay. And then they're like, we have to bring Cybertron to Earth so we can eat the Earth. And I'm like, pretty sure Cybertron was destroyed in the third movie when the space bridge was split up, but if you're banking on most people not remembering that happened, you were probably okay. So there is actually something cool going on with Cybertron and Earth, and it's actually a pretty nice twist, pretty nice surprise. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Kind of getting you pumped up for the next even-numbered movie that will probably suck. But, I mean, at the end of the day, what you go to this movie to see, you do see. You see IMAX-framed 3D shots of Optimus Prime swinging a sword, killing 9 people in a row. When that happens in the movie, it is badass. A lot of his lines, a lot of his dialogue is just a little too cheesy. There's a couple parts where he monologues to like rally everyone together for like the final fight, the last stand, and it was just kind of like, they even talk about in the movie because they know in the past Optimus Prime has this effect on people. It's like, oh, I get shivers every time he talks. And I'm like, I did before, but I didn't in that scene. You need to write his monologues a little better. The monologue was just so like generic and lazy. It's like, it shall be written in the cosmos that this is our finest hour. When you stop the movie to have a big moment speech, it's gotta be a good speech. I just wanted him to like turn like sadly to everybody and be like,
I have no right to ask this of any of you, but please, we need your help.
Just have Peter Cullen's voice booming in IMAX. It could have worked a lot better than it did. The music playing in the background was almost enough though. Music is phenomenal, like I said, best part of the whole movie. The sound design is fantastic. The CGI is downright phenomenal in a few scenes. Like, I bet that was one expensive movie. There is a part at the end you could say it gets a little ridiculous where everybody's just kind of falling and flipping around everywhere. Alright, I could get that. But there was one joke in the movie that made me laugh my ass off, and it's when Megatron is trying to get his crew back. He's like making a deal with the US military. He's like introducing his crew and he's like, first, there's Berserker, and they have like their name on screen. It was funny because the US military captured a lot of his Decepticons, and they're like, alright, sure, you can have him. And then he's like, last but not least, I need Onslaught. Then the lady's like looking him up in the computer and he's like, he's a murderer. Double murder, triple murder, murdered 9 people, robbed the bank and didn't even take the money. No, you cannot have him back. That was really funny. When the jokes did land, they had me actually like laughing in my stomach, but most of the time they did not land. It was just awkward, weird sex humor between Cade and the hot girl, and it didn't work. I really like the little young girl they added, and her like squeaks, her little robot thing, because it has personality. Being a small little transformer, it's kind of scared, and when it's like decides to be brave, it was actually kind of cool. One of the coolest things in the whole movie is like the knights and the protectors of the staff, and I wanted to see much more of them because they were so cool. In the end, they kind of just transform into a dragon and then help out, take out some of the thing. Again, it's a great sequence. It's a very well filmed sequence. The whole thing at the end, very fun, very exciting, very big in scale. Really upping the scale. It's like Transformers and the Avengers movies are like in a contest to how big they can get. And I think Transformers: The Last Knight successfully is on top again. But I really wanted to see a shot of like all the knights simultaneously with their swords like charging like a line of Decepticons, and it's like Lord of the Rings, like that opening prologue shit. Like they could have gone a little harder with that than they did, but it was still cool. Overall, movie's too long for sure. I cringed at a lot of the comedy. There is some bad, shitty ass shaky cam, horrible aspect ratio changing scenes. A lot of it is rehashes of what we've seen done before, but what they did add was the stuff with King Arthur and the Knights, and that stuff was really, really cool. And the music really sets the stage and the tone for the final struggle to the point where I'm like, okay, I can warrant a viewing of this movie because it is pretty damn cool. Because at the end of the day, I don't need some intricate plot in Transformers. I don't need some well-written, cohesive story. I just need action. I just need it to be cool, okay? I'm not asking for Logan, okay? I know you can't give me Logan. I'm just asking for, like, Mad Max Fury Road. Just shorten down the movie for the next one. Make it 2 hours even. Make it all action. There's just a little too much planet around hopping to find stuff. That really started to drag on a little bit. Too many dumb comedy side characters. Just clean up your cast, clean up your runtime, make it a more streamlined, pure action movie, and I think a lot of people will be a lot happier. But as it stands, Transformers: The Last Knight is still a good movie. And I would recommend that if you at least like some of the Transformers movies, give it a shot. If you hate them all, you're gonna hate it. Don't bother. So I would give Transformers: The Last Knight a 7 out of 10. But dude, the part where the thing and then like bing, that was cool. The sound effects are so good. I gave it a 7. Would you give it a 7?